guys, I kind of do realize that I didn't do any more lipsticks or anything else that I have, like the highlighters and stuff like that for review, and I just jumped onto shampoos. But guess what? I did a couple of hair care stuff already. So I'm trying to knock out things one by one and try to bring in as many products as I possibly can for you guys and videos. And obviously I am not doing it in any specific order, to say the least. But guess what? You guys are going to get it. I know this product that I'm going to go over today is nothing too, oh my god, crazy type of a, thing. But I feel like this will definitely help. Now, this is the DHS Sal Shampoo, salicylic acid USP 3%. Psoriasis, okay, I'm not even gonna, seborrheic dermatitis, dandruff. So basically, to cut it down, it's called DHS Sal Shampoo, and it is specifically for dandruff. Now, when I was relatively young, probably when my parents were the one who would go and buy shampoo, conditioner. So this is probably when I was like, during my elementary school days, primary school days, whatever you guys call it for whatever country you're in. Now, my mom used to bring in, I don't even think I had dandruff at the time, but I know why my mom would bring, my parents, I should say, not my mom specifically, would buy Head and Shoulders, specifically shampoo one. And the reason why I'm saying specifically shampoo is because I think later on they had 2-in-1, which is basically both shampoo and conditioner. And just like me, my parents used to think that it's not worth it, the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, because it will not help out the hair at all. They feel like the shampoo and conditioner should be two different products, not both built in one together. And I think at one point we did try it and it did not work out, the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, not necessarily with Head and Shoulders, but with a different company. However, the Head and Shoulder kind of helps with the dandruff. However, it is extremely drying to your hair. And then I believe there is that blue bottle, I forgot what it's called, but it's the blue bottle one. It helps out with the dandruff, but then again, that is relatively drying as well. I have used this a couple of times already, the DHS Sal Shampoo. And honestly speaking, it has not dried out my hair yet. I don't know if it's because I'm using the conditioner for the blowout shampoo that the last video that I posted for the hair, is basically the it's the blowout anti-frizz shampoo and conditioner. That's my last video for the shampoo and conditioner. You should see it. I'm using that their conditioner if I can. I only use it once or twice, but then I also have used this deep conditioner as well with it. I'll do a separate video for this as well. So I'm not even gonna go in detail with it. So my hair hasn't really gotten dry according to that. Normally something like Head and Shoulders had their own conditioner, but that never helped. I think, do they have their own conditioner? Or I'm bugging, because I know the Celtic or wherever that blue bottle was, they don't have a conditioner. However, my hair isn't really dry with this. Even though you have to put this in your scalp for like a few minutes, they didn't specifically mention how long. You should do that. If I were to do that with the other two, especially with Head and Shoulders, because technically you're not supposed to leave Head and Shoulders for your hair in your hair, scalp, not hair, specifically the scalp, for that long. I think you just have to put it on and wash it off, the Head and Shoulders. The other one, the blue bottle one, I believe you were supposed to leave it on for a minute. This one just says few minutes. I normally leave it up to like 2 minutes. I think 1 to 2 minutes, sometimes 3, just depending on what I'm doing in the shower. along with it. So like that could be, um, you know, it could be like a body wash or like exfoliating, hair removal, anything of that sort that I feel like that may be necessary. I would do it along with that. Um, and then obviously the shampoo, the conditioner and the deep conditioner in general should be in your hair for like at least a minute, anyways. So before you wash it out, this has yet to make my hair dry. I'm just saying, and it does work. Um, the last month, not the last month, with the last 2 weeks ago, my dandruff just randomly flared out again, and luckily the shampoo was bought. Yes, I am still using that the mask that I mentioned about, like the onions, garlic, aloe vera, stuff like that. I'm still using those. I'm still mixing that up and using it in my hair, alongside with the oil, so that the mixture goes in my scalp, and then the rest of my hair just really the oil. Um, Now, however, let me tell you a little something. So since this, you only have to put this in the scalp, I do not recommend putting it on your whole hair. And as you guys already know that you're technically supposed to put the shampoo only on your scalp. However, when you are oiling your hair and you put it from the um scalp to the roots, um and if you only shampoo your hair, your scalp, and condition your bottom half of the hair, the oil from the bottom of the hair will not come out, because supposedly when you only put the shampoo on your scalp and when you rinse it, the shampoo will go down and will supposedly clean out your hair, which is the bottom half, because it doesn't need as much shampoo because it's already dried out and you don't want to dry out your hair even more. Now, when you have not conditioner, when you have oil on the bottom half of your hair, the shampoo rinsing down from the scalp will not clean out the oil from the bottom half of the hair. I already tried it and it did not work. So when you put this on the scalp, I recommend to use another shampoo that you normally would, bottom half of the hair, if that shampoo and conditioner is good for your hair, that is. Obviously, if you didn't like a particular shampoo conditioner, I don't recommend using that. Obviously, if you want to finish it off. But that other shampoo would be the one that you would use at the bottom half to wash it off. And since this is dandruff, and dandruff is normally on the scalp, which is why I'm not recommending you to put this on all over your hair, and just leave it with the scalp. Now, salicylic acid USP 3%. We already know that. It controls crusty, flaky buildup, which is basically the dandruff. Relieving itching, scalping, flaking. I really haven't had been. Wait, hold on. I really didn't been having some itchiness, but I know I do have dandruff here and there. So yeah. I can't really talk about that, but it does help. Liberal amount of the shampoo, massage into lather, allow lather to remain on scalp for several minutes, rinse hair. Well, I normally don't recommend to repeat it, but if you do, that's really up to you. For best result, use at least twice a week or as directed by the doctor. So yeah, I just came something else in my mind, but I just forgot what it was. Okay, so as far as hair type is concerned, it doesn't really matter what hair type you have. What really more matters is that if it actually works for you, because I know for a lot of people, Head and Shoulders did not work for them. So in that sense, it's just really, again, a trial and error situation. It actually did work for me. So honestly speaking, I would recommend for those who have dandruff, if you have curly hair or oily hair, wavy hair, dry hair, whatever the case may be, I personally don't see how that is going to affect your hair in that sense. But if you have dandruff regardless, I recommend you guys to use it. Other than that, that will be the main difference really in your hair care routine. Everything else I believe shouldn't be really much of a change. Again, you can alternate between the shampoos that you're using. The other thing you really just have to keep in mind is that if you change the amount of days that you wash, because now let me give you an example of what I'm talking about, because if I just word it, it won't make sense. Now earlier this year, or actually I should backflash to 2016. So I used to wash my hair every other day until 2016. Now I don't know how long I've been doing that, but I've been doing it for a relatively long time where I used to wash my hair every other day. Um, I never tried to push it to 2 days. It was extremely rare, and I never took note of how my hair would be. Now, then in 2016, I decided, you know what, let me just do it every 2 days. Let me see how that works out because I feel like I'm using too much product, shampoo, conditioner specifically, and I just want to see how my hair will react to it. So it worked out pretty well, and since 2017, I have been washing my hair every 2 days, and honestly speaking, in the beginning, yes, your hair will be slightly oily on the extra day that you push, meaning for me, it will be second day. But it's because your hair is not very used to that and it will start producing more oil. But once your scalp and hair will take a notice and realize it will get used to it and it will stop producing so much oil. I think that's what turns off a lot of people when they say that, oh, I tried but my hair gets really oily so I have to wash it. You have to let your hair get used to it. It's like normal everything they think, like, you know, it takes time for your body to recognize the change and it will get used to it. So then earlier this year, I tried pushing it to 3 days, but my scalp started getting really itchy. And I pushed it back to 2 days again, and it was fine. I've in between since beginning of April have been trying to do 3 days, but my scalp will just get really itchy. And the reason why will try to push it to the third day is because, you know, like this, I'm probably going out with my cousin, my family friend, one of my really good friends, or there has been like 2-3 events that has happened since July or August. So I would try to push it to the third day so I can have my hair washed on that day of the day of. It kind of got really itchy and it kind of got me really annoyed. So if you do experience that after a while, that where you're pushing after a certain day and it gets itchy, then that's when you'd be like, okay, let me just push it back. But if it gets oily, just let it be, just tie up your hair, whatever the case is, and your hair will get used to it and it will not be as oily anymore. So this is why if you're washing your hair every day, I recommend to push it off for at least every other day. I'm not saying to be like me and do every 2 days, but definitely wash it every other day. Yes, your hair will get really oily at first, but it will be worth it and your hair will thank you for it. But other than that, I personally recommend this shampoo. It worked pretty well for me. And again, I'm not gonna say if it will definitely work for you or if it won't work for you, but it's more of a trial and error kind of a situation. So you do have to give it some time before it works out. If you notice that your hair, or your scalp, I should say, your scalp is reacting negatively, meaning it's getting really bad rash or you just got a negative reaction to it, then yes, definitely stop it. As far as the dandruff reducing and the itching and stuff like that reducing will be over time, but it will be worth it. So you just have to try it really on your own, and it definitely worked for me. Other than that, you guys, I will be linking down my Instagram page. Make sure to follow both of them, hit the subscribe button, the bell button, and I'll be back for more. Stay safe and stay tuned, guys.